Hi my friends, a very good morning. I'm quite late today because there was an accident on that road where I drove here, and I wasn't ready about turning home and don't go out to photography. What I was hoping for is to get some fantastic photographs with hoarfrost, as it's really chilly today. I think we have a minus 14 or something like that, and yeah, I mean the sun is going up already, and as you can see, hoarfrost is disappearing already, and that's not good. I mean there are some trees that are still in the shadow, but I don't think that it will be early enough there. I think the sun will be faster. But anyway, I think it's anyway a great opportunity just to look and to observe what is happening here. And you never know what it is that you could stumble over. So I would say, let's just have a look at what's possible in this extremely harsh light. So it's not all too far from the parking place, but I found already a composition, and what I'm looking for, contrasts there and where. I mean the light is it is absolutely away from ideal. It is that harsh, and the hoarfrost really, it gets away. It sparkles a little bit there and where in the trees. I'm not sure if you can see that. And what I found is I found this hut over there, and what I really like is, yeah, there's these contrasts here in the foreground. We have this sparkling hoarfrost trees here. We have a little bit of a snow area back there in the mid-ground with a lot of shadow on. Hoarfrost trees again, bushes, smaller ones. I mean, they look smaller because they are further away, obviously. And back there is this hut with a tiny bit of snow coverage. It tells a little bit the story of the snow is already melting. I don't want to say that spring is knocking on already or something like that. That's definitely not the case here. It's a winter scene, but yeah, we also see that the snow is already starting to melt. And then we have also this tree here, this conifer tree at the right hand side. And yeah, as I always do, I try to balance the scene in a nice way. And the really tricky thing is to get really the exposure right here. So what I do is I do exposure bracketing, at least 3 exposures, one underexposed, one overexposed, with a difference of 2 stops. Usually I prefer to use 5 stops and just have a distance of 0.7, but I don't do this here because it's too harsh. I don't think that I can pick out one of them and they are okay. I'm sure that I will have to make an HDR out of that. It's necessary here. So I'm at f16 and I have to focus back. That's an important thing here. Yeah, I'm quite close to this trees here in the foreground. I mean, when you have a look, it doesn't look all too close. You know, my camera is here and the trees are there. This might be something like 15 meters or something like that. But yeah, I'm at I'm over 200 millimeters. I'm at around about 280 millimeters. So I have my 1.4 teleconverter on because the hut is far away, and I had to pick out this frame here from this scene. And then you need really a quite long focal length. And this is, you know, the longer you go with your focal length, the more difficult it gets with the depth of field when you want to have everything sharp. And usually, I mentioned this so often in my videos, we want to have everything sharp in our photographs. No filters or something like that. Sunglasses were fantastic, to be honest. I didn't get them in my car, but doesn't really matter. I would say, let's make the click. What I got attracted by now is I found this little stream here, and it is totally frozen. It's really cold, as already mentioned, minus 14 or something like that. And yeah, it's still shadow there and there here. And I look also for places where we don't have direct sunlight, or all too much direct sunlight. And we look back there, the grasses down there look amazing. just impossible to go there because I'm not sure how thick the layer of ice is, so I will not risk that. But back there, this mood is amazing with a little bit of a soft light here back there, really on that surface of the water. And when we go a little bit closer, let's try that. It would get a little bit more sun. And there, it gets too harsh. I think you can see that. I will not do that. But it's difficult now for finding their composition. I mean, back there this really works. I just don't have all too much time because the sun is moving in that direction. I will try for something. I will try for something here. Let's try that. It's quite chilly here, and I have my clothes back there in my bag, so it's really cold. And I found the composition, and it was really not all too easy, to be honest, because as already mentioned, I can't go down there to do these amazing grasses. Yeah, they were a fantastic foreground. But anyway, it's possible to take a longer lens. I have my 70-200 millimeters lens on again. I'm around about 180 millimeters, so that I get quite close to the shore here, the left hand side. And let me show you. I'm not sure if you can see this here. But we have all these kind of bushes down there, but they're not going up. They are going down a little bit. So they are. Yeah, I mean, it's end of winter and so on. It's frozen, and they build a really fantastic connection between all the ice down there and the snow coverage out there. I also like the trees at the left hand side with the hoarfrost on. We still have it there because, yeah, obviously it's in the shadow. And you know, as soon as the sun comes out, the hoarfrost goes away. And the grasses down there are also amazing with the hoarfrost on. And back there, the hoarfrost is already disappearing. I'm not sure, I think we are already a little bit too late here now. Yeah, it is already disappearing. But anyway, I like this horizontal line here. At the very distance, this tree what goes over the stream, it holds the views a little bit in our frame. The only problem is also behind that area. It is a little bit bright already. We have a harsh light back there, so that's not ideal. But I'm quite happy with this composition, I have to say. What I don't do is I don't take the entire stream into my frame, so that the right shore here in the foreground will not be in my frame, also not to the midground. It's really all about having this area of ice leading us back, a little bit of subtle sunlight there and where, and this looks really fantastic. I really like this, and I have to say it's really not easy in these conditions, but it really makes fun. It's really like that. Same as before, I don't use any filters or something like that. I mean, in clear conditions, when you have harsh light on the surface of the snow, when you have a look there, we have sparkling elements there and where it could make a difference, but I would really recommend try the difference. How does it look with the polarizer, how without, and try to find out if it's necessary or if it does add anything to your composition. So one problem from the technical side is, as I have to use exposure bracketing, yeah, it got quite tricky to get a really sharp photograph, to be honest, because yeah, the shutter makes a little micro vibration, and usually it isn't the biggest problem. In this case, I always got a tiny bit of wiggling in, and yeah, I mean, you know, I want to have really stunning sharp photographs, and what I did is I just used the silent mode, silent shutter, and I got totally rid of that. So I think there's nothing more to explain. I would say let's make the click. And the question is, what else could we try here? You know, the higher the light source goes, or the sun in this case, the more difficult it gets when you have a harsh light situation. But what I really like is this stream here. It is really amazing. So I think I will stay here a little bit beside this stream. By the way, these are the grasses we have photographed before, and these are the branches we have photographed. It's really fantastic here. It's really amazing. But the stream goes a little bit more back there, and also in that direction. I'm not sure where we will find shadow again. We have shadow here due to the big trees there. We don't have everywhere trees, bigger trees, so maybe a little bit more back there. But it's beautiful, just beautiful. It's just too harsh light. This is the only problem. It were amazing if we would have fog here with the light. It's very amazing, but yeah, we can't have everything. We can't have everything. It is really bad. If anyone would tell me he had measured that the ice down there is 1 meter thick or something like that, I would climb down there right now and trying to take some intimate shots of these fantastic patterns that are painted by the ice down there, and also the hoarfrost on these bushes here. It's really just amazing. This stream looks amazing with all these frozen elements down there. It's really fantastic. What I've seen now is this stream makes a little curve here back there, and there's a little hill there also with lots of trees there, so it could be that we have a chance to find some frozen elements there what could be used as characters in a composition. I have no idea, but you know, there's only one way to find out, and I would say let's go there and let's have a look. Oh man, a kingdom for sunglasses. It's really that bright, and it's really difficult to look for compositions here right now, because yeah, I can't see all too much, to be honest. And it's also quite difficult to focus without the focus, because I don't see anything on the display. It's really difficult. So I manual focused here, and I found the composition when I was walking up there. And what I got attracted by is one thing you can't see anymore quite good, I think. This is this bush down there at the shore, at the left hand side of the shore, and yeah, it has hoarfrost on, or let's say there was hoarfrost on. There's still hoarfrost on at the lower part of it, but at the upper part, yeah, it is already melted away because the sun is already up too high. And I'm so glad that I took the photograph already. Unfortunately, I didn't have all too much time to think about the composition. You know, I really prefer to experience the scene, to engage with it, to think about which story I can take out and so on. And this was quite difficult because I knew exactly there is not enough time. With each minute, I think what I could do, the hoarfrost will melt away. And I got a little bit of it, and I'm quite happy with it. It's not a bad composition. I'm really happy with it. I took this tree, not really trees, this is deadwood, or no, what is it? It is an old fence or something like that, because when you look back there, there's also something like, yeah, an old fence or so, that was going through the water, why ever, I have no idea. And yeah, they are down there. We have also this nice pattern here, with painted with the ice, and yeah, this looks really fantastic. There's so many things we could work with. Also the snow or the hoarfrost, what went down there on the ground were fantastic. I didn't get it into my composition. I concentrated really on that bright point back there. It is not bright anymore. It's changed that much, but it was a high contrast there. And what was also interesting, due to these lines here, I always try to get a kind of rhythm into my photographs, and this is done by repetitions in the photograph, and all these curves and so on are fantastic. And what I also saw is there ran any animal there. I'm not sure what it was, not sure, but there are traces in the snow, and I got a little bit of them into my frame. And what we get also there at this edge with the snow is we get this 3D effect, this kind of plasticity through the bright snow and this shadow, what happens because it goes down like that. And I think this really adds here. What I'm not 100% happy about is the very distance back there. I mean, I have no problem with all the trees back there, and I'm sure they also had more more hoarfrost back then. I think an hour earlier or something like that, and this had got a really strong photograph. The snow pops out quite strong now. And it was a little bit better before when I took the shot. I will show it afterwards to you. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we can't change it. I anyway enjoyed it to work on this composition, and I think this is what we should do when we like to do it, when we like to work on a composition. Just let's go for it. And I anyway think it's a good composition, a good photograph. From a technical side, same as before, no filters. I have my long lens on, and yeah, I would say let's make the click. I found one more composition, and before I have been here with my camera, and now I came a little bit more there, because I mean the thing that I'm really blown away most here at this scene here are actually the patterns on the surface of the water, and in combination with this old fans down there, or the rest of these fans, it tells a story in the one hand. But you have to engage with the image to find out what it is. It is one of these images, you show to anyone and he says, what is this? And when he starts to engage, he starts to understand, oh, this might be ice, and this is any wood or something like that. And it's more an abstract photograph, and I have to say it's an intimate photograph, and I have to say I also like to do things like that from time to time. I do this not often enough, I think. I should do this more often. And what I did is I tried to build a diagonal with these patterns, with this line. So it leads from the left bottom corner into the frame. We have all these curves, this curve around there, and this holds us a little bit inside the frame. And yeah, it's a nice pattern. I really like this. So I would say, let's make the click. Oh yeah, there's never a bad weather or the wrong weather or something like that. There's always any possibility for getting out photographs, and also strong photographs. Maybe not the best photographs you've ever taken in your life, but anyway, photographs you could print, you could hang up on your wall, and not each photograph you print has to be a masterpiece. Just think about each photo what is hanging on your wall is a masterpiece. That's boring, isn't it? So it's always good to have some more grounded photographs between. Well, and one important thing when you want to go out for photography on a day like that, never forget your sun cream and your sunglasses. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up, and thank you so much for watching. See you next Saturday. Bye.